Welcome to Soft Spoken Story Time. Today's story is The Endless Summer Drive. The world is quiet. It's morning, soft and golden, just after sunrise. The kind of morning that hums with possibility, but asks for nothing. A light breeze drifts across the open road, warm already, but still gentle with the memory of dawn. You sit behind the wheel. The engine purrs low, steady, like a big cat asleep on a windowsill. Everything is calm. Everything is still. The road ahead stretches wide, smooth and empty. A perfect ribbon of tarmac, winding between rolling fields and slow blinking skies. There's no map in your hand. No timeline to follow, just the journey and the sounds of the tires softly kissing the earth. You take a deep breath, slow, deep, and feel the seat cradle your back. The fabric is warm from the sun. You adjust your mirror, not to look behind you, just to notice the light. It glows amber in the glass, catching the edge of your smile. The car begins to glide forward, quiet and sure. There's no rush. There's no pressure. Each moment unfolds like a page being turned with care. Outside the window, trees drift by, tall and swaying, their leaves painted with morning light. They cast long, dappled shadows across the road, like soft, playful brushstrokes. The breeze carries the scent of dry grass and something faintly citrus. Perhaps the orchard you passed a few moments ago, or the memory of lemonade on a hot day. You press your palm gently to the steering wheel. It's smooth beneath your hand, familiar. There's comfort in the motion, the way the wheel turns with your thoughts, the way the road bends slightly, invitingly, as if it knows you're not in a hurry. The radio is off. You prefer the silence. The hum of the engine, the whisper of wind through the open window, the distant song of a bird. This is your soundtrack. In the distance, a flock of birds fly across the sky, their wings moving in slow rhythm. You watch them for a moment, and then they're gone, behind you now. But you don't look back. There's something peaceful about moving forward with no need to chase anything at all. Your breath deepens naturally. Inhale through your nose and exhale slowly through your mouth. The motion of the car is steady and smooth. like floating across a lake. You let your shoulders drop just a little more, your jaw loosen, your fingers relax. There's nothing to hold on to, nothing you need to grasp except this moment. You pass a wooden sign at the edge of a narrow field. It says, "Scenic route begins." You smile again. You already knew that. The sun climbs a little higher now, and the lights start to shimmer. It catches on the windshield and makes tiny diamonds of dust sparkle in the air. The road hums beneath you. The car breathes with you, and you begin to forget where you are going in the first place. Because really, this drive isn't about arrival. It's about being here with the wind and the sun and the slow unfolding of time. And with every mile, you feel yourself soften just a little more. You are safe. You are grounded. You are drifting. Not asleep yet, but somewhere in between. And there's nowhere else you need to be. Just a road. Just a moment. Just this endless summer drive. The road begins to rise and fall gently, like a lullaby made of hills. You barely notice the change in elevation. It happens slowly, like the lift and dip of your own breath. The rhythm is so steady, so natural, that you feel as though the car is moving with the heartbeat of the land itself. The sun is much warmer now, not harsh, just generous. It lays a golden glaze over the countryside. The fields stretch out in all directions, quilted with soft greens and sun-soaked yellows. Everything looks slow, everything feels soft. You roll down the window a little more. The breeze spills in, warm and earthy, carrying hints of cut grass and wildflowers. Somewhere in the distance, you can hear the faint buzz of summer insects, steady, sleepy, like nature's white noise. To your left, a stretch of sunflowers turns lazily toward the light. Their bright faces nod gently in the breeze, as if they're watching you pass and wishing you well on your way. Beyond them, the hills roll on like waves, not crashing, not loud, but quiet and patient, one after another, all the way to the edge of the sky. You lean your elbow on the window ledge and rest your fingers against your cheek. Your whole body is beginning to feel heavier, but not weighed down, just more settled, more present, more here. round a slow bend and past an old wooden fence running along the road. Behind it, a white farmhouse sits tucked into a cluster of trees, smoke curling softly from the chimney even in summertime. Perhaps someone inside is baking or warming the kettle. The thought alone is comforting. A small river runs beside the road now, its waters glinting in the sun. You glance at it just long enough to notice how the surface catches light like glass, rippling with the same calm energy that surrounds you. The trees along the road begin to change. They're shorter now, spaced out, their leaves lighter in colour, fluttering like tiny paper lanterns. Every now and then, one lets go, drifting slowly down to the roadside. Even the trees seem relaxed. You slow a little, not for traffic, there's none. Not for signs, there are few. You slow because it feels right. Because sometimes going slower allows the world to speak more clearly. Your thoughts begin to wander, not sharply, but gently, like clouds shifting shapes in the sky. You think of open-air markets, lemonade stands, a folded blanket on a warm patch of grass, childhood memories, dreams. They all blend together now, like watercolor on the windscreen of your mind. The air is thicker with warmth now, the kind that makes the horizon shimmer, as if the sky itself is breathing. You breathe too, slower, deeper, carried by the same rhythm. Each hill you pass feels like a new beginning. Each dip a soft descent into peace. You're far from anywhere and close to everything that matters. The car hums. The hills roll on. And you just keep floating forward, drifting, breathing, letting go. The journey continues, not measured by miles, but by moments. Moments of silence, moments of sunlight, moments of gentle surrender. You are exactly where you need to be, and the road is still waiting. The hills begin to flatten, slowly, like a deep exhale after a long breath. And then, in the distance, a new colour appears, a wide band of silver blue stretching across the horizon. The sea. You hadn't noticed it at first. It crept into view gently, like a soft tide inching its way up the shore. but now it dominates the landscape, vast and calm, shimmering in the late morning light. The road draws closer to the coast, curling alongside it like an old friend walking in step. You can hear the distant hush of waves, a rhythm both ancient and soothing, as steady as your breath. The air changes here. It's cooler, kissed with salt and sea spray. The wind that flows through your open window carries the scent of driftwood, dune grass, and the faintest trace of sunscreen. It smells like memory, like holidays, long gone and forever golden. To your right, the coastline stretches wide. Pale sand dunes ripple like sleeping giants. Beyond them, the sea rolls in quiet waves, not crashing, not wild, just gently arriving again and again on a patient shore. An old lighthouse appears in the distance. Its tall, white frame rises above the landscape like a calm observer. It stands watchful, steady, a silent symbol of guidance. You imagine the lives it's lit the way for, and now, in this quiet moment, it feels as though it's watching over you too. The car homes gently, rolling onward. The road here is smooth and windswept, flanked by low stone walls and tufts of beach grass. Occasionally, a gull soars overhead, its cry carried by the breeze, distant, dreamlike, just like a lullaby sung by the sea itself. You pass a small coastal village, whitewashed cottages with bright blue shutters, their windows wide open to the day. Outside one, a line of laundry flutters in the breeze, light cotton sheets swaying like sails. There's a woman sitting in a chair, reading a book. She doesn't look up as you pass. She doesn't need to. The peace here is understood. You rest your hands gently on the wheel. You feel your body soften again, tension melting like ice in the sun. Shoulders relaxed, jaw loose, legs heavy and still. There's no need to speak, no need to decide anything. The world is simple here. The drive is easy. The sea beside you sparkles with each movement. A blanket of light and motion stretching out to the edge of the sky. Every wave seems to whisper something soft, something you don't quite need to understand, only feel. Time bends here, just a little. You're not quite sure how long you've been driving. It could be minutes, it could be hours. The difference doesn't matter. All that matters is the sound of the wind, the roll of the road, and the comforting presence of the sea at your side. You're far from the start, not yet at the end, but perfectly placed in this in-between. This is the heart of the journey, and it feels like you're floating. The coastline fades slowly into the rear view mirror. Like a dream you're gently waking from. Not all at once, but gradually. With calm and care. The road curves inland now, and the sea breeze gives way to a cooler hush. The kind of quiet you feel more than here. You're entering the forest. Tall pines rise on either side of the road, straight and still. Their trunks bathed in shifting light. The sun filters through their canopy in golden threads, stitching beams of warmth across the cool forest floor. The sound changes here. It softens. The hum of the engine becomes quieter. The wind slows. Even the birds seem more reverent, calling out in short, distant melodies, as if whispering to one another across the treetops. The air is different now. It carries the scent of pine and soft earth, cool moss and fallen needles. It smells like early mornings in quiet woods, like long walks in sturdy boots, like the colour green if green had a scent. You take a deep breath and then another, each one a little slower, each one a little deeper. The light in here is dappled and dreamy, never too bright, never too dark. It moves with you as you drive, flickering gently across the dashboard like candlelight. There's a rhythm to the trees. They pass in slow succession, one after another, like old friends standing in line to wave you by. Some lean a little, some are perfectly straight. All of them seem ancient, all of them seem wise. You pass a wooden sign with faded letters. It reads, Forest Reserve. You smile. It feels right, this little detour. You weren't planning it. But then again, none of this journey has followed a plan. That's what makes it special. Up ahead, A narrow clearing appears, a patch of sunlight spilling through the canopy like warm honey. You slow the car and coast through it, the warmth brushing your arms and cheeks, as if the forest itself is offering you a gentle hug. Beyond the clearing, the trees grow taller again, and the forest seems to breathe, not with sound, but with stillness. You feel it in your chest, that quiet, calming presence, that grounding energy. You let your shoulders drop further, let your hands rest lightly on the wheel, let your eyelids grow a little heavy. Time slips again, gently, kindly. You pass a small trailhead, a path disappearing into the trees. There is no sign to mark it, just an invitation. You don't take it, but you carry it with you. The idea that you could, that this road holds more than just direction. It holds possibility. And so you continue through the pines, deeper into calm, deeper into stillness. The outside world fades into the background, and the quiet of the forest becomes the quiet of your mind. Peaceful, rooted, present. You are safe here, held, at ease. And the road, always the road, carries you on. The forest slowly thins, fading behind you like a dream dissolving into morning. The trees fall away one by one, and ahead the light begins to change. The day, still soft and slow, is starting to lean toward evening. Not quite sunset, not yet, but that magical stretch of time just before, when everything glows, when the world is dipped in gold, and even silence seems warmer. This is the golden hour. The road unfolds through open countryside, wide, gentle fields, amber with tall grass, swaying just enough to be noticed. The sun sits low in the sky, casting long shadows and gliding the edges of every leaf, every fence post, every cloud. You roll down your window just a little further. The breeze that finds you now is warm and heavy, like a blanket that's just been pulled from the dryer. It smells of warm hay, distant bonfires, and the fading perfume of wildflowers. You let it wrap around you. In the distance, a tractor hums somewhere on a sloping hill, its sound muted by distance, like a lullaby played through a wall. Further still, birds circle slowly, their silhouettes painting soft arches in the golden sky. You glance at the dashboard clock, but it's just a habit. Time has no meaning out here. Not now. Not today. The sun is your only measure, and it's in no rush to leave. The car continues on, smooth, quiet, steady. Everything close. The road ahead looks like it's been lit from below, shimmering faintly as if you're driving through a dream made of sunlight and memories. A few white butterflies drift across the road. You slow down just slightly, as if not to disturb them. One dances in front of the windshield for a moment, then disappears into a field. Even its wings seem touched by gold. There's a calm in its light, an invitation to exhale, to rest your thoughts, and you do. You inhale gently through your nose, feel the warmth in your lungs. Exhale slowly, fully. Let your shoulders sink, let your mind settle. You pass a narrow dirt path leading off into a field of tall, sun-bleached grass. A rusted gate stands open, no signs, no fences, just openness. You don't stop, but something about the sign lingers, like the smell of a memory or the hum of a song you once loved. You let the moment pass, let it melt into the rhythm of the drive. And now, ahead, a cluster of cypress trees, lining both sides of the road, standing like dark green sentinels in the golden haze. Their shadows stretch long and slender across the paths, like fingers reaching gently across your way. You pass through them slowly, respectfully. For a moment, it feels like a corridor between worlds. On either side, the fields open wide again, glowing still, and now, faintly, you begin to feel the first coolness of the evening brushing against the back of your hands. But golden hour isn't gone yet. It lingers like a soft goodbye. It stays just a little longer, and you stay with it, breathing slower, drifting deeper, sinking gently into stillness. The road goes on, and so do you. The sun has begun its descent, lower in the sky than it's been all day. Golden hour is slipping away, not suddenly, but gradually. like somebody backing out of a quiet room without closing the door. The edges of the light soften, shadows stretch longer, the sky begins to shift, not dark yet, but richer, deeper, like fabric being dyed in slow motion. You're still driving, but slower now, more coasting than moving, more floating than following. The road has become even quieter. The landscape is open, wide, dotted with distant trees and the occasional farmhouse, each one glowing with the last light of the day. One has a porch light already switched on, glowing soft amber in the cooling air. It feels like a signal, the kind that says you've made it far enough today. But you keep going, not because you must, but because the road is still calling and you're still listening. The breeze outside is cooler now. It slips gently in through the window, carrying with it the scent of evening, a blend of dry earth, cooling stones, and a hint of something sweet, maybe honeysuckle or jasmine, the kind that only blooms after sunset. You take another breath, this one deeper. The rhythm of your body is slower now, your thoughts softer, quieter. You're not thinking anymore, just noticing, observing, resting. The trees beside the road are changing again, darker now, silhouettes rather than shapes. You can see their outlines against the sky that's slowly bleeding into shades of lavender, dusty rose, and softening blue. Above you, the first stars begin to appear. Not many, not yet, just a few pinpricks of quiet light in the sky that still remembers the sun. You glance upwards through the windshield. No urgency, no awe, just quiet companionship. The stars have always been there. Now they're simply reminding you. The car moves on. The hum of the engine is lower now, almost a purr. The wheels feel softer against the road. Your hands rest more gently on the wheel. Your shoulders are fully loose. Your breath is deep and slow. There is nothing ahead you need to reach. Nothing behind you that needs remembering. Only this moment, this motion, this quiet. You were traveling, but you were also arriving, not at a place, but at a state of stillness, a state of rest. The sun drops below the horizon now, just a sliver of orange fading into grey-blue, and as the last light fades, you keep driving gently, slowly, into the softness of the night. Night has fully arrived now. Not suddenly, not dramatically, but softly, like a blanket being pulled slowly over the land. The sky is a deep navy, velvety, vast, scattered with stars that twinkle like distant campfires. A soft crescent moon hangs above the horizon, its light gentle, silver, and cool. The kind of light that doesn't ask for attention, it simply watches. The road has become a shadow of itself, no longer lit by the sun, but illuminated gently by your headlights, which sweep forward in a calm, rhythmic motion, revealing the path a few meters at a time. That's all you need. You no longer notice the turns or rises. Your body knows the road. Your breath matches the motion. You are part of it now. The air is cooler, but still soft, brushing your skin like silk. It carries the hush of evening creatures, a low rustle in the grass, the distant call of an owl, the occasional flutter of wings in the trees overhead. You pass a small lake, barely visible beyond a patch of reeds. The surface is still, mirroring the night sky perfectly. Stars above and below. You almost feel like you're floating between the two. The hum of the engine continues, a familiar lullaby now. Low, steady, dependable. The sound of movement without effort. You blink slowly, your eyelids heavier now. Not from exhaustion, but from peace. The kind of peace that comes from knowing you've gone far enough and that there's nowhere else to be. Ahead, the road stretches on, but it doesn't matter where it goes now. The journey has become the destination. You exhale, long, slow, complete. Your hands rest, your body still. The motion of the car is a whisper now, barely there. The sounds around you melt into a quiet wash. The wind, the engine, the rhythm of the tires, all blending together. A steady, soothing soundscape. You are calm, you are safe, you are free to let go. The last of your thoughts slip away, like headlights vanishing in the distance. And all that remains is the night, the road, and your breath, just drifting softly, effortlessly into sleep.